Good morning, YouTuberholics. Behind me here is a manual i30N performance and a DCT auto i30N performance. And in my hand is my morning cup of coffee. Now, who hasn't woken up looking like this, or even this? You've got to have that morning cuppa. Now, we've also forgotten our lid for our keep cup, and we attempt to drive the first few kilometres to work with an open cup. Now let's see which one of these cars is easier to do such terribly illegal feats in. Well, the old seatbelt's always a bit tricky. Through there, that's good. Alright, in the manual. Oh, alarm's going off, buttons. And remember, this happens at 4:30 in the morning, so I'm trying not to wake up the family. So I'm trying to get out in a hurry. Don't forget there's a bright red 2021 i30N in the driveway, so I'm gonna miss that. Yeah, so far so good. Reversing camera's good. For the bumps, remember this car's got 15mm lowering springs and a Maxxum body kit, so I've got to get the angles. Alright, we're off. So far so good. Now I've got a nice quiet neighbourhood, so this is where you go. No hands, which is whoa, that was really close. A little bump here. So up into third. So illegal. So far so good. I put it in my mouth. I'm not allowed to drink any because I've got to re-measure this. Right here. Good. Now we're going to do a turn in the second. Just cruising in the hood. Alright, left turn. And we're going to do an emergency stop at this driveway. Ooh, yep, nice. Alright, pretending we're off at the lights. Dude wants to drag race you a little bit. You're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, it's good. Still only in third, so a U-turn, head back now. And a quick emergency lane change, of course. Actually, this is going to be the test, the blinker challenge. So, wrong side, blinker. Whoop, I'm turning this way. Second. Oh, blinker on. First. Not coming. Second. Fourth. Pretty good. Totally illegal, but aside from that, well, I guess it's illegal. Feels illegal. Now we've just got one more test, the emergency lane swap test. We've got wildlife, I'm in fourth, wildlife avoidance test. Here we go. Yes, although I did expect it. Imagine if it was unexpected, you might be in a bit of trouble. My arm's getting tired because normally you've finished it by now. The idea, I guess, in the morning is that you drink your coffee before you get to the first set of traffic lights, and you get it done before you have to do any of these things. So, all right, manual test complete. Just got to go back up the driveway. Here we go. Bit of no-handed driving with the manual. Scrape the Maxxum kit and park it up. Whew. We made it. Let's measure it up. I don't think I spilt any. Okay, we're back from the manual test. I've got the cup, I've got my measuring container here. The auto's all ready to go. Let's just see, we started with 250ml and we've finished with 250ml. Alright, so I'm going to pour that back in and take the auto for a spin. Alright, DCT. Ooh. Now we've got these different premium seats, a bit more buckety. It's interesting coming from one car to the other. I'm wanting to depress the clutch, which I don't have to. Okay. Reverse. Now I've got a bigger screen. Looks the same, pretty much, but whoa, look at that. That's a sexy performance blue 2019 with some Enkies on. Oh, that looks good. Don't run into it. Alright. A little less to think about with the auto. And this car is running the standard ride height and no kit, so just rolls out the driveway nice and easy. Select drive, which you would do at 4:30 in the morning when you got your cuppa. And we're off. Now we try and simulate the same things, which was a couple of bumps. Yeah, it's a little less rigid. 15mm lowering springs in my other car, which is a little bit stiffer. Go over this bump here. I'll tell you what I'll do. Not that you would do this at 4:30 in the morning. I'll put it in N mode. Make it a bit more interesting. Alright, we're coming up to the left-hand turn. And what? Oh shit. Okay, so I looked at the cup and my back wheels went over the little bump, or rolled gutter to be exact, and I spilled some water, which wasn't to be expected. I think I got a little bit overconfident with the DCT. Now the thing is, I'm in N mode, which is not what you do when you're drinking a full cup of coffee. So it's sitting in a higher gear, you can hear, and I can't reach the paddle shift to change it up, so it is what it is. Performance coffee drinking. Now we're going to change the line, turn, U-turn. My blind spot. Whoa, there's a car coming short. Oh, I'm in N mode. Oh! So I didn't want to let go of the steering wheel there. And the tighter, heavier steering in N mode, I wanted to just, keep that wheel under control, and I spilled some more coffee because there was a car coming. We're getting real life data here. I haven't done the emergency stop or the lane change because I have a car behind me, so I'm going to pull over and let this car behind go past so I can do those tests. Okay. Why don't we make it interesting? As soon as though we're already in N mode. Let's launch it. Oh, you gotta have two hands on the steering wheel. Hang on, let's see what happens. No, you don't. Woo! Oh, fuck. I mean, shit. It wasn't the acceleration, it was the deceleration that got me. Whoops. Alright, so we've established that the auto's troublesome to drive with your open cup of coffee because you want to drive faster. Go back to normal mode. You want to drive faster, so you put it into N mode and you do something stupid like I just did. So yes, the early morning cup of coffee when someone's taken the keep cup with the lid is easier in your auto, but can be more troublesome if you're a foolish young man or old man like I am, and you could spill. Lucky I've only got water for this test, but I think we have some good data there. Hopefully that helps you guys at home. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. Alright, we're just back from the test. I've got my measuring container. The test got a bit out of hand there, a little silly. Look at that, 175. So we've lost about 75 mil. So if you're hoping to get through to 11 o'clock morning tea break, that's a few grams of caffeine that you're going to miss out on. So if you're considering the practicalities of the manual versus the auto, and that's something that's high on your list, then you might want to consider the fact that the DCT could turn you into a rather large child. So not all is what it seems when you're deciding on these practicalities. In my hand here is my morning cup of coffee. Now, who hasn't been able to find the lid for their keep cup in the morning and decided to drive to work with an open cup of coffee? Let's find out which one of these is easier to get away with such terrible behaviour. Sorry about that, Karen, in advance.